So take a nice deep breath in, and on the breath out, good breath out. Just let the body settle. Always allowing the spine to lengthen, and there's many ways you can think about this. I'd like you to find the way that creates a balanced spine with the most ease for you. One is that the spine is balanced, the head lightly balanced on top. Some people like to think of a string kind of attached to the top of their head that's gently lifting the head upwards. And the whole body just relaxes down from the string, letting the jaw drop, the shoulders drop back and down, like a puppet. Some people like the idea of a light, a blue light, going up the spine from the bottom up, and it's supporting you. And again, everything always just hanging down from that upwardly moving column of light. Or I sometimes give the analogy of the head being like a helium balloon. So light, just gently lifting upwards. And again, allowing the jaw to drop and everything just hang down from that gently, lightly upward lifting head. If one of those works for you, feel free to use it. Whatever feels good has the most ease, so that you're not using any tension to hold the body straight. You're allowing it to rest balanced and relaxed. And tune into the body in this moment. You'll have a whole shape of the body in space. And then bring your awareness to the breath in the belly, in the torso, that movement of breathing. An expansion as the breath comes in. A collapsing contraction as the breath falls out. And again, you just allow the body to breathe in a luxurious breath of air and then do nothing, and the body breathes out on its own. It's a natural letting go, a wave of release we have in each moment. And with every breath out, there may be a sense of dropping, releasing, relaxing more into the posture. And we're tuning in to how the body feels moment by moment with acceptance, especially noticing the breath. That process of breathing in, doing nothing, letting go, and feeling that drop, that release on the breath out. And this process of tuning into the body, especially noticing the release, what lets go on the breath out, is cultivating a lovely environment of relaxation for any meditation. It's a lovely way to begin, a tuning in and letting go with clarity. Now allow the relaxation that we're tuning into to continue on its own, and you can always just go back and notice it again. Maybe something could get let go of. You could always allow the wave of the breath out to help with that. But now we're watching the breath in terms of movement, expanding, contracting. It's this wave of movement in the center of our body that is literally a massage of all our organs. And it's a form of flow, a very tangible form of flow. We'll have more subtle forms we'll tune into later. But for now, you always have this movement of the breath. And when I say movement of the breath, there will be muscles involved. As the air comes in, the diaphragm goes down. It pushes out internal organs into the belly, so you may feel the belly move out. You may feel the chest rise. You may feel the ribs open and then drop. And as we tune into movement, you may also feel movement of waves of relaxation. With the breath being like dropping a pebble into a pond, the movement of the actual breath, those muscles, would be the splash, but there'll be a subtle rippling out into the water, maybe, of relaxation or waves of letting go, or energy or some other sensation may be caused or created or shift from the breathing process. So allow the movement of the breath to be the center of your awareness, like the local focus, and the global focus will be the rest of the body, to notice if there's any movement or change in the rest of the body created from the breathing process. Maybe a subtle vibration in the hands or face. Maybe an undulatory, wave-like movement, spreading, collapsing, shifting, changing. Any movement of sensation of any kind we will call feel flow, if you'd like a label, and labels are helpful to keep our awareness. Whether it's vibration in your hand or the movement when you let go of air in the torso, feel flow. Feel flow. You could say that label to yourself every moment or so. Or just notice the movement, whatever's easiest for you. Now include in any feel flow in the body any movement or change that may not be related to the breathing process. Maybe emotions are coming or going very lightly, subtly, maybe more so. I described an emotion I had to ringing the bells or the bird. You may have subtle little emotional responses to sound. If you get lost in thought when you come back, you could notice if something has arisen in the body and notice if that shifts or changes in any way. That becomes flow. So it could be any emotion in the body that may shift. It could be any other sensation, even the pulse, heartbeat. Any movement, expansion, contraction, undulation, wave-like movement, vibration, tingling, effervescent quality, spreading, collapsing. Tingling, energy. Feel flow. Different flavors of feel flow. Allowing anything to move however it wants to move, without judgment, without resistance. Whether pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral, just tune into the moving, changing nature. And we also tuned into breath in the torso. You may feel movement and shifting of breath at the nose as the air comes in and out of the nostrils. Maybe cooler on the way in, warmer on the way out. There may be a subtle spread out into the head. Any flow, shift, change, movement, energy in the body of any kind. Feel flow. You may become flow. Maybe the body becomes porous or fluid. If that happens, that's fine. If it doesn't, that's fine too. Just keep tuning into movement, shift, change, with acceptance, allowing, maybe even enjoying the massage of movement, of flow, whether from the breath or anything else in the body. Some people experience the moving of awareness in the body because it tends to activate sensation. That alone can be a kind of flow. Feel flow. Now you may or may not notice, that external sound can create a kind of a flow experience in the body. You're going to keep some awareness on the body as we've been doing, and some awareness now out into the world of sound. And I'm going to, just to help you tune into this, I'm going to ring the bell, and I want you to feel if you notice any flow in your body from the sound hitting your body. Notice if the sounds of the birds, you could feel that in the body. Keeping the body relaxed, allowing the sound to come through the body. You can experience that sensation of sound contacting the body. It's a kind of flow, a massage. It's a most wonderful relationship to have with sound. It can transform your life. Relaxing and allowing the vibration of sound to contact the body, accepting that flow, the feel flow from external sound. So there's sound, there's images, there's body. For now, allow most of your awareness to be on the body feeling sound, including the sound of my voice. Sounds play on the body. Let them play on through. To get a little golf-like there. Relax and receive the vibration in the body, through the body. When we hear the world this way, it matters not if the sound is pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. It's vibration that can hit the body, play through, and create a vibrational massage. Good. So that process we've been doing may continue on its own naturally. As you now move most of your awareness out into sound space, in front, behind, to the left, to the right, above, below, opening up your awareness to the sphere of space around you, and sound space can be quite vast. You can listen to the closest sounds to you. At this point, my voice, the water, birds. You can listen out through sound space to the furthest sound. But as we open our awareness out to sound space, we're not focusing on identifying individual sounds. We may see images associated with sounds. For now, let those be in the background. We're going to actually work with those in a moment. For now, we're listening, hearing, and we're noticing change, movement, expanding, contracting, thickening, thinning. arising, passing away of sound. There will be different directions, pitches, qualities, textures. But one thing that unifies all sound is the vibrational movement of it, the shifting, changing nature of it. So just tune into the moving nature of sound around you. And you can always allow the body to be relaxed, allowing sound to flow through in the middle. But the majority of your focus is out into sound space, into hearing. Hear flow. Hear flow. When I tune in this way, with total acceptance, I find I may enjoy sounds that normally would be a nuisance and enjoy them as much as the natural sounds that are my favorite. It's all movement, it's all flow. Flow is the great unifier, not just purifier, it's also a unifier. It's the one thing everything has in common. Feeling the movement of sound, louder, softer. And notice when louder sounds come in, if a movement happened in your feeling space in the body. Flow. Just relax around it, let it move however it does. It'll arise and pass away just like sound. Now there's another kind of hear flow we can tune into. And that's the hear flow of our thought process, of our internal talk. We may have some words commenting, or little phrases may come and go. And rather than tuning into the content of whatever we hear in the auditory portion of our thought process, we could just notice movements happening there. That's another profound shift. Something arose, it passed away. You may from habit tune into the content, but it's a lovely practice to develop the muscle of just hearing it as movement happening. Just like the water on the outside, there might be some verbal activity on the inside that may be clear words you could understand, may just be mumbling, may just be a tone of voice, doesn't matter. It can arise, pass away, get thicker, thinner, come, go. So we can hear flow on in, and we can hear outflow. Hear inflow, hear outflow. It's all hear flow, auditory, movement, change. And last but not least, see flow. So bring your awareness with your eyes closed. We'll keep our eyes closed for now. Bring your awareness to your visual experience with your eyes closed. I've guided you before in focusing on that blank background field of lightness and or darkness, what you actually see with your eyes closed. That may be mostly light, mostly dark. For most people, it's a mottled mixture of the two. And for most people, there's a kind of movement to it, like a lava lamp, maybe globs or blobs spreading, collapsing, shifting. Or it may be static, or it may have sparkly, effervescent, twinkly quality to it. If there's any movement in that, that is flow. Instead of resting there, we're tuning into the movement aspect of what's there, allowing that movement to be a visual massage. And if you have any images that come, normally when we focus on blank, we look through or around images. But when we're looking at flow, we can allow images coming and going to be part of the focus on flow. Whenever we listen to sound, often it stimulates image. We have a tendency to see an image of what creates sound. Or if we get lost in thought, often there's an image component of people, objects, places connected with past and future. So we may have images of the present environment or past or future. Any images that come through, the arising and passing of the image, that's movement. Or there may be an image beginning that's kind of a vague, hazy processing of image, but it's a movement, it's flow. Maybe there's movement within an image, like a movie. Somebody's moving something, or that could be flow. You're just tuning into movement of any kind in your visual experience. There tends to be an ample supply for most people of flickering in and out of images or of movement within the blank, restful field. So just allow any images or movement that arise or pass away or move, change, expand, contract, undulate, twinkle, vibrate. See flow. See flow. See flow. And for the last couple minutes of this meditation, you can now rest in any one of these: see flow, hear flow, feel flow, or you can move among them, allowing your awareness to notice see flow for a moment, soaking into that, going with the movement of that. Then maybe moving to hear flow, feel flow. Or you could not label at all and just move your awareness open, expanding it out to include all, noticing a relationship between the flow. Maybe see flow and feel flow kind of dance together in a certain kind of way. There may be a duet between see flow and hear flow. They may be all totally separate flows. But for the last few minutes, you can pick if there was something you particularly enjoyed that's particularly flowing for you right now. Just park there, with or without label. Or you can notice relationship between flow, hold more than one at one time. We're just going to focus on flow. See flow, hear flow, feel flow, all flow. Just noticing movement, relaxing into that experience. You can allow your meditation, your awareness to focus on flow, and or you can allow the flow to meditate you. Similar to being seaweed in a tide pool. Allow yourself to be meditated by the flow. Allowing that natural processing, digesting, purification, healing to manifest naturally. Flow. And in keeping with the theme of flow and movement, we're now going to consider the moving of the body. So at this point, from the body having been relatively still for the past period of time, there will be impulses to move in certain directions. Thoughts may arise, move this way. Notice the thoughts as movement, but also tune in to what part of the body wants to move, to stretch, to shift. And we will move the body slowly, but noticing the movement itself is a kind of flow. So I'd like you now to decide what to move, and then in slow motion, underwater and even more slowly than that, so that moment by moment, increment by increment, you are feeling the shift of sensation in the body from what happened when it was held one way versus when it was held another. You may have to stretch one arm or one leg at a time to really be able to tune into what changes when the body moves. The movement of the body is flow, and the sensations created by the movement are shifting and changing, and those are flow. It's a lot to take in. So just focus on as much as you can tune into, and allow yourself to stretch or move in any way that feels good to you right now. And keep in touch with the movement of sensation, spreading, vibratory, collapsing, flowing, changing. Some sensations may change in nature. They may stay in the same location, but there's a different quality of sensation. That's a change, that's a shift. Keep your eyes closed, tuning into the sensations in the body. And we're physically flowing and tuning into the sensations of movement and change as flow. And by all means enjoy it. It should be quite pleasant. You're only doing what feels good in any given moment. And this process of just tuning into what feels good in any given moment is quite a valuable practice. And the practice of moving slowly, not quickly, to what you think you should do is also a very valuable practice. And we're adding, noticing the moving, changing nature of sensation as you move. And you might stretch your arms, your legs, your neck, your back, your face. Whatever feels good, noticing the movement. Noticing the richness of that sensory experience. And wherever you are now, take a nice deep breath in, and on the breath out, let go of all need to focus in any way whatsoever. And just hang out. Do nothing. Do nothing. And if you feel any more relaxed, concentrated, equanimous, or tuned into flow from this meditation, see if you can allow that to continue after the meditation as you continue with your day.